I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Bryan Board of Public Utilities meeting for August 24th, 2026. John, will you please do roll call?
Well, Annette Schreiner,
Here?
Karen Ford,
Present.
Brian Davis,
Here.
Jeremy Sufel,
Here.
and Deborah Beavers.
Present. Thank you. First on our agenda is to approve the minutes from the August 10th, 2026 meeting. Everyone, you've been presented with the meeting minutes. Are there any corrections to the way they are written? Comments or corrections? If there are none, may I please have a motion to approve the minute meetings as written?
So moved. Second.
Brian,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Deborah.
Yes. Next on our agenda is a hearing of public concerns. Seeing none, we're going to move on. Next, we have a presentation. Derek?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Kind of just a brief slide deck tonight, just a high-level overview of a recent study that was completed on the Auglaize Hydroelectric plant. The study overview and the objectives. This was included in the 2026 electric capital budget for a comprehensive evaluation of the plant. Thompson HCMS was retained to do this study. They had some prior experience working at Auglaize, so it was a good fit. The objectives, evaluate current facility conditions, identify any reliability concerns, also to identify any opportunities to increase generation, and also how can we optimize operation as well. We also asked that they develop a long-term maintenance strategy as well as a long-term capital investment plan and identify some of those capital priorities for us. And then lastly, we asked for a high-level financial considerations for some of the recommended improvements. Just before we get to kind of what the study told us, just a little bit of the facility background. The original dam was constructed in 1912. It was commissioned shortly after that. The original powerhouse was then decommissioned in 1962 and recommissioned during the 1980s. And then in 1996, the board approved the purchase of the Auglaize plant for $1.12 million. As you know, the plant continues to operate today, but much of the equipment is more than decades old. Just a quick overview, there are 6 generating units inside the plant. They have a combined capacity of 4.74 megawatts. Units 2 and 3, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail, are the 2 largest generating units, and unit number 6 is the smallest one.
Question. You say it generates 4.74 megawatts. Is that every 24 hours, every 7 days, every month, every year?
So that's nameplate.
That's nameplate.
Nameplate, but I mean, but what is it based on? Annualized or?
That's based on if it ran 24/7 at nameplate. That's what it would put out.
In a 24-hour period of time?
Yeah, under perfect conditions, when that first unit 1 generator is running, if it had everything, the head pressure and everything was exactly right, it would put out 800 kilowatts immediately. And then we make money on the kilowatts per hour.
Okay.
So how many, if it makes 800 for the whole hour, then that's 800 kilowatts for the hour.
Okay.
But it's putting out 800 kilowatts instantly when it's at full power.
Okay. I just didn't know what the time frame was.
Sure.
Thank you.
Just getting into the study a little bit, some of the findings. There was some positive takeaways from it. Overall, it was noted that the facility is in satisfactory condition given its age. The dam, the spillway, the electrical systems, transformers, switch gears, and controls were all found to be in satisfactory condition. And they also noted that prior capital improvements, capital investments that have been made to the facility continue to provide value. Just a couple of those things were the spillway reconstruction, intake improvements, gate replacements, and so on. The primary concerns. Unit number 3 represents the greatest concern. Unit number 3 is currently in a forced outage. It's unoperable. It's been in that condition for some time. I don't know the exact time frame, but it's a couple of years. Unit number 2, again, unit 2 and 3, those are the biggest ones. It's operational, but it's showing those same symptoms and those same signs of failure like unit number 3 experienced. Units 1, 4, and 5, they're operating, but kind of long-term. There's some preventative maintenance that can be done to them to keep them operating efficiently. And unit number 6 is operating with no major concerns. And then the table to the right there just kind of gives you a visual of each of the units. Unit number 3, talk about this one specifically. Again, currently out of service, it represents approximately 1,500 megawatt hours of lost generation on an annual basis. The study provided 3 alternatives, or 3 different proposed options to replace or repair Unit 3. Base refurbishment, as you can see, total cost of $1.78 million. Comprehensive refurbishment, $2.2 million. And then all new equipment at $4.25 million. They also provided some estimated rates of return on each of those options. You can see that new equipment was found to be economically unfavorable based on the rate of return. They did recommend the comprehensive refurbishment. And this is assuming that all of the mechanical components will require machining or replacement. So I guess there's the potential that maybe not all of those parts would be refurbished or replaced. But that was the recommendation.
There, I'm sorry, I always think this way, and when it comes to money. So, is there any kind of warranty, if you will, Jim, is there any kind of warranty or guarantee difference between I would assume the comprehensive refurbishment of what they would recommend, and they did, but is there any major difference between the two on a warranty basis between the comprehensive refurbishment and the new equipment?
They didn't really
I would
establish.
say we haven't gotten that deep into the details
Oh.
yet.
Sorry. No, that's good, thank you.
Just their cost estimate.
Yeah, but you can see where this is going, right? I mean, it's your shot, but for me to make a decision, I would need to know that piece.
Just a little bit of past information about pricing. In 2020, it would have been about 900-some thousand to rebuild it like that. And in 2022, it was 1.5. We're now at 2.2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So your rate of return is based over what period of time?
I don't know that they exactly defined that in the details, but I can go back and
I would agree, it didn't seem very clear.
look. Yeah.
Do they list a life expectancy
I
on
think
the rehab?
They
20
did
plus.
later.
20
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, it was in there.
So I would assume they're basing the rate of return on its life cycle, right? I would think.
With that said, so I'm assuming the 20-year rate of return is the comprehensive, since that's the one that they said if we're doing the comprehensive, we're going to get 20 years out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming when I read it.
What's the age of the existing equipment now?
Late 1940s.
Those are good years.
The thing with the new equipment is, what I find maybe a possibility that that's not quite high enough yet is it doesn't include any civil work that may be required. Where in the comprehensive one, they're pulling everything out, machining it true, and then putting it back in laser straight.
Right. And these are, I mean, you're talking about 3, but if 2's in the same shape, these are your 2 biggest producing
Yeah,
turbines.
they're identical units. 1, 4, and 5 are identical units, and 2 and 3 are identical units. And 1, 4, and 5 were redone, and Derek will get into it a little bit, but they were redone about 10, 12 years ago. And so that's why they're in such great shape, and 2 and 3 have never been touched since they were put in.
But under a rehab, they would return to their 1,100 kilowatt.
Yes.
production.
Right now, the big thing is mechanical issues.
Right.
Everything's so worn out, it just beats
Yeah.
the side of the runner down below. And instead of letting it beat itself to death until it just collapses in the hole, you know,
Right.
I shut it down.
Yep. Understand.
Would you do them both at the same time, or one?
Well, they've got a comprehensive list to do that.
Okay.
What I can tell you
You have
is
a
that
10-year plan.
number 2 is running smoothly right at the moment, but like
It's showing symptoms, he said.
it's got the
So
same
you
wear.
would do
issues.
3 and get 3 back online.
Yeah, if we get 3 back online, then the next year take 2 down, then we keep us at the level we are right now. And then after 2 years, we would be back up to
So
the past
Derek, the
level.
comprehensive refurbishment, I think that's what it's referring to when it says 20-year plus is what they estimated it would
Yeah, so I guess.
function.
yeah,
What
I
would
guess-
the new equipment, how long would that last?
What's
They did
theirs?
specify the new equipment that
Yeah.
they would do, but they would be buying a whole new generator, and then we'd have to fit it to the hole or do silver.
So you're, that's what you're saying,
that's
you
what
don't
I'm
think
working-
all the costs are included?
No, I
because
don't
yeah,
not think
okay.
all the costs are.
So it's not,
We did
okay.
with Stanton out of Chicago, they're hydro engineers, and back in 2019, that new equipment was already $5.5 million.
So it could be a lot
Without
more
any
than
civil
that.
work, and they were thinking there'd be another $1 million of civil work.
Okay.
So I'm a little leary that.
Yeah, it could be a
with
lot
this-
more.
With this new generator as they found.
So in our 20 is a 24 to 26 plan, was to get renewable to 25%. This being down, does fixing that get us any higher in our renewable, or is that not figured into our, where we stand? Because currently we're at what, 23%, 22%?
That could have been where we ended last year. I mean, I think
I
with
feel like
all
we're higher.
renewable projects, how much water is there, how
Yeah.
sunny is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just didn't know if this being offline affected your numbers there.
Well, just to help you out there, like the last 2 weeks, I had water going over the concrete dam, where if I could have ran another generator, I could have ran that through a generator and made money on it. So anytime water is going over that concrete dam, we're losing money.
That's lost revenue.
So having another generator means that we capture those funds.
So really, you're gonna be making more money too, so, I mean,
Well,
you're
yeah, and, you know, I mean,
spending,
just
but
last year, we had, 800,000 that we saved from capacity and transmission. Well, if I can run another generator during those peaks, that
I
brings
wonder
that
how much
savings
we've
up.
lost from not having it.
Yeah.
Last year we were in a drought too, so
Well,
we
yeah,
weren't
last
even
year we
running
couldn't.
it.
So we
nobody had
didn't have it,
anything,
okay.
right? And then even in 2022, when we hit the peak in December, it was in the morning while it was dark, so the solar took us down. So, you know,
Yeah.
you have those
Yeah.
environmental issues you have to deal with.
Right.
Jim, when did you shut it down?
It's been about 2.5 years.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Sorry, Gary.
I'll just add too, you know, they're recommending the comprehensive refurbishment, but there's likely more engineering, more discussion, more evaluations for them to say, yes, this is the approach we should.
Yeah.
But in the years to come, we'll get the return on our investment,
Yeah.
though. It'll pay for itself many times over for the longevity of the equipment lasting
Well, if you
predicted
just think
times.
what we saved without what we sold,
Yep.
just the savings from the capacity and transmission was 800,000.
Yep.
That's
Every
3
year,
years, just
year
that.
after year after year, it's
Well,
paid for itself.
We got 364 more days of actual, running and making money if there's water.
Yeah.
So in the 26 budget, you set aside X for, I assume, the engineering and proposals portion of this?
We have not budgeted or set aside any funds for any of this.
Okay, so this evaluation was just paid out of the general fund then?
No, I'm sorry, the study, yes, we set funds aside to complete the study.
Okay.
But as far as taking any action, no funds have been set aside.
Understood.
Okay, I'll go to the next slide, which is the Unit 2, which we talked about Unit 2. It's operating, but it's showing those same signs. And just as the past discussion, they're recommending that same comprehensive refurbishment as well. And they're taking more of a proactive approach to that one than reactive, as Jim talked about as well. So costs were the same for Unit 3. One other key recommendation that they gave us was pond level controls. Pond level controls, they automatically optimize the water levels so that they can maximize the available head pressure. Basically, a lot of the things, or some of the things that we're doing manually now to operate the facility could be done automatically to improve efficiency and get more generation. The estimated cost was $200,000. The estimated generation increase was 10%, or 880 megawatt hours on an annual basis, an estimated 38% return, rate of return. This was the strongest financial return in the entire study, and Thompson did note that similar installations have consistently improved generation performance. In the big scheme of things, the $200,000 is a relatively low cost opportunity to increase that production. If you want to add anything to that, Jennifer? You're right. So again, we asked for kind of a 10-year plan. The 10-year plan is up on the screen. It's in detail. It's a little hard to read. I'm not going to go through all of those.
We can get it on our screens
you got
and make it bigger, yeah.
Total investment over the 10-year period is around $6.6 million. The majority of the expenses are in year 1 and year 2. Year 1 would be unit number 3 refurbishment, and the pond level controls, $2.4 million. In year number 2 would potentially be unit 2 refurbishment. The focus in years 3 through 10 really goes to preventative maintenance. And again, Jim and I haven't dove into all of those details. We don't know if we would follow it to a T, but at least it gives us a roadmap and things to keep on our radar of what we should do.
I've not dealt with finances within this capacity, but the question is that, let's just say, for instance, the board, after long considerations and discussion, say, hey, let's go ahead and let's get 4.7 million, and let's move forward with those 2 pieces of equipment. Do you typically, maybe this is a John question, do you typically bond this? I mean, what is the methodology of coming up with the funds, other than the general fund?
It'd be a great question. When we have the direction, we'll figure out the bonds, yeah, likely, or, the electric, cash.
Well, I mean, I know we have other projects
Right.
other than this, so I was just curious.
I will add that it was maybe around 2 years ago, there was some grants out there that we had applied for. We were unsuccessful in being awarded those. I did reach out to camp, they're working with the Ferguson group, kind of doing a big sweep to see if anything is available now. So we are looking at that option as well.
Is this something that would fall under the
Well-
WSLRA?
I don't think.
I don't know. Generally, I don't think so, because it's not producing water for consumption, but I just don't know the entire breadth of that grant funding.
I mean, the question would be, as far as whether you bond it or pay cash, we have minimum cash reserve requirements, and, when the time comes, how much room is there above that, and then compared with the other projects you've got in line. You know, maybe you bond a portion of it, maybe you bond the whole thing, maybe you cash this and bond something else. And that would all have to be figured out, but within the context of that minimum reserve requirement.
Questions on the 10-year plan? Then just some final conclusions from the consultant. The overall assessment was positive. The facility is in satisfactory condition for its age. We do believe having 6 reliable generating units is achievable. And then the major investments were concentrated in the first 2 years. And then thereafter, that long-term maintenance becomes more manageable. You know, with the capital investments, with the long-term maintenance, you know, they believe that we can get another 20-plus years of generation out of the facility. Just kind of discussions and next steps. Again, we just wanted to get this information in front of you to start thinking about it, ask questions, provide us with any feedback. If there's additional information that you want to see, please let us know. We can dig into that and provide that to you. Again, this is just for informational purposes only. We're not requesting any action. But I think Jim and I would agree, we're at the point where we kind of got to figure out what direction are we going to go with the facility. Are we going to continue to operate it as is until the end of its life? Or are we going to continue to invest in it and get longer generation out of it? So that's really the big question. I'll pause there. And any questions for Jim and I? We're happy to take those out.
I think in the future, I'd like to see a little more details on how they came to their numbers, what the numbers look like long-term. I mean, in a bad year, we lost, $800,000 in generation. I mean, over 20 years, that's $16 million.
Yeah,
So-
see, that's what I'm wondering is how much revenue did we lose by Unit 3 being out?
I'm not off the top of my head. I'm
But I mean,
not sure.
definitely there's something there. There's lost revenue.
I think an easier way of looking at it is if you had these units optimal and operational, what would the revenue be over a 10-year period of time looking
Yeah.
forward? And I realize, because of the way rates are, you don't even know what the rate's gonna be tomorrow, but using what you know today and extrapolate it out over 10 years, what would the revenue be so that we could determine the valuation of the expenditure?
I have 10 years of data per year on a spreadsheet right now. I can tell you what everything, every year that we've had for the last 10 years.
And you're gonna know what that did when that unit went offline, you're gonna know what those numbers did those next 2.5 years. So I think that'll help give us a clear picture of what happens when that thing's back
Once
on.
again, the water level, I mean, just like he brought
Yeah.
up.
There's other
Brian brought
variables.
up about last fall, we went 2.5, 3 months without a drop of rain. Well,
Right.
that just kills your generation.
Right.
And we're gonna have those, but but planning for for a positive future, I think, is the best for Brian.
I agree.
But yeah, I can supply that to Derek and he can get it to you guys when we're.
I want to know what.
Questions, comments, you can feel free to reach out anytime. We'll do a deeper dive into some of the numbers and get that information to you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
enjoyed it.
Thanks, yeah.
Next on our agenda is comments from staff. Derek, do you have anything more to add? In a minute, she does.
Yeah, just one, would like to introduce Charlotte Nicely. She recently joined BMU as a new public communications manager. She brings more than 3 decades of experience in journalism, public information, and community outreach. Her career
You
includes...
started when you were 6?
Career includes leadership roles in local and national broadcasting, including serving as executive director of CBS Radio News and as a vice president general manager of a national radio division. Her work in broadcast journalism has been recognized with 3 Edward R. Murrow Awards. So we'd like to welcome Charlotte. Excited to have her. I think she's going to do a great job.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. John, do you have anything? John, anyone? John?
I don't have anything else.
Charlotte, you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just please, if there's something that I can help with, or something that you think that the community needs to know about with regard to BMU, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd like very much to sort of remind people of Bryan. I know, because I don't have a locally owned utility where I live, I know what an asset it is, in my opinion, to the community, and I think that there's a lot of really good work that's underway, and I just am really excited to be here, and would love any input and any advice. Right now, I'm taking all comers, because I have a lot to learn.
Jim, do you have anything else to add?
I would just like to thank all of you for listening to this, and also reiterate what Derek said, which is if you have any questions, just funnel them to Derek so that we can get them answered, and that way you can make a more informed kind of decision in the future.
I guess I have a quick question for you, Jim.
For sure.
So you refurbished what units?
1, 4, and 5.
And that was how many years ago?
12 and 13 years ago, because I did it over a 2 or 3 year period.
Okay. So we could expect, so their estimation on the 20 years, you're comfortable with the comprehensive
The guy that I had here in 2022 said that if I redid Unit 3 and got it all straight with the kind of bearing that's in the bottom end, if I did it all like they do it, I'd get 50 years out of it. Because you wouldn't touch it for 50 years. Because once you get them straight, that's one of the biggest problems is number 3, the sleeve at the bottom got loose and they tried to repair it, and if you don't take it out and turn it perfectly concentric, then it's kind of egg-shaped, and you've got about 15,000 pounds spinning at 120 RPM, and it's just pulling it everywhere because it's not centered right. But he goes, once you get them centered right and they spin on themselves, he goes, 50 years easily.
And that's due to material, new material and or new technology to make that difference? Or?
No, it's just.
No, it's the same.
It's just getting it set up properly. Like for instance, when you redo the sleeve at the bottom bearing, you have to weld 2 pieces of stainless together, and then you gotta stick it on a lathe and true it up. So it's perfectly round. You can't just weld it together, because it's just slightly off enough that much weight just moves it around and just beats it up to death.
I think we had that problem a long time ago.
Yes, I used to change that bearing every 5 months because it would beat it up. And now it's just so bad it won't even run. Number 2's running so well is because we drilled it off center, and we must have just got it right. Because we drilled it off 100 thousandths, that's all, 100 thousandths off, and it's running smooth.
Can't even see that.
It's amazing, but yeah. When they laser align them, they go to the thousands. The thousands, that's it.
So we could potentially get longer than 20 years if we go
Oh,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
numbers are gonna be
They just, most warranties and guarantees,
Oh.
they'll go 20 years, so, 20 plus.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Deborah, do you have anything else to add?
Well, I would just say thanks to Derek and Jim for that presentation. I thought it was very interesting and helpful. I was so happy to see that the Bryan Development renamed a business improvement grant after Renee Isaac. Thanks for your input on that, Derek. I know you're part of that. So if you knew Renee, you knew her intense interest in Bryan, all things Bryan business related. And so that was really great to see. And I would like to say welcome to Charlotte. I did pop in last week and meet her briefly, and so far I like already the things that she's posted. She's getting started doing that, and those things have been, I think, effective and relevant. So, and there's lots more that can be done, and I know she's up to it. So, sorry, am I talking too long?
You took it all.
Okay. See, by me going first, I'd also like to thank Jeremy.
Jenny.
Yeah. Welcome to the team. That's what I had. I love to see the videos. I think the biggest thing that we have lacked in the past is communication with our ratepayers, and I think the more they understand what we do, the more appreciative they'll be. on the things that we have going on here in town, so.
I do too.
Welcome. One of the videos I want to see is the explanation of peak demand, so that people will understand how it impacts them on a day-to-day basis. I think it can be done fairly easy. And other than that, I agree with these two. So.
Karen, do you have anything?
And I do welcome you to the utility. Happy you're here and agree with everybody on what has been publicized and what will be. We'll look forward to seeing what more is coming. And I did read an article on the Bryan Times website today. I'm going to give you a plug here. Bryan Municipal Utilities celebrates National Hydropower Day. Huh? Thank you. I saw that. It is a really good article, and I wish everybody to go. I'm not sure if it's going to be in all the social media areas. Village Reporter, I hope you get a copy of it. And yeah, it's really good information. And the numbers are really going to talk to everybody who reads that to know that there's so many comments over the years. Why did we buy the dam? This will help you understand. We bought the dam for a reasonable amount. Back in the day, it was a high price, but you look at it today and it was a reasonable amount. And what it's done to save us higher rates is astonishing. So do read the article, get the numbers for yourself, and this is a yearly over $600,000 a year savings off your utility bill. You can't argue that.
Yep.
So these repairs, I'm all for them, because I do know, coming from working here and being part of purchasing original equipment and repair parts for these original turbines, they do last forever. I do know the history, I do know the story, and so I'm 100% on board with that. These are going to pay for themselves many times over. We'll get our return, let's continue to save money, and it's one of our renewable energy goals, so I want to see it continue. Thanks. Off my table.
Well, welcome, Charlotte. Glad to have you aboard. Jim and Derek, thanks for the presentation. It's very informative. Be looking forward to see maybe more of the finer details as we move forward into this. I don't think I have anything else to add, so with that, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
Karen seconds it.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Bryan,
Yes.
and Deborah.
All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.